Welcome back, everyone. Previously, I had made a video that showed the Apache Eagle modified trailer right after I had set it up. And now this video, I have it totally set up for camping. The previous one will show you the beds in the travel position and some explanation of some of the features outside. In this one, I'm just going to show you how I have it set up for camping. So here you can see our little table on the outside with our little flower arrangement. And this is the kitchen. So this cabinet was originally the front cabinet. This would have been mounted from the factory across the front of the unit inside. Did not have a sink in it, did not have a stove in it. I added both of those. Unfortunately, last year when I was camping, this fell down, this lid fell down in the wind and the mirror broke. That mirror has been on there for many years, and well, unfortunately, it ended up breaking. So this sink I bought off of a gentleman that had actually taken apart an old teardrop trailer, and it was in it. The lid here is actually the front of a paper towel dispenser. The stove I found in a corner of an RV dealer on clearance for 25 bucks. It was brand new. I said, yep, gotta have it. The cabinet, when I got the trailer, the doors, they were wood, not paneling like this, but they were kind of weathered, and you knew they were wet because they were kind of bowed and not real nice. So I had some paneling laying around, and that's what I used. So that's how the doors became paneling. Looking back, maybe I should have made them something nicer, but hey, you know, this has worked since about 2003, so it keeps working. The legs are legs for a folding table. Normally they would be longer, but I cut them off. So, and they work to make this just the right height. And on this side, that black bar is actually one of the pieces of the leg that I cut off. And this is just some spacers to hold it out of the way. Makes a nice handle for taking it in and out of the camper. In here, just some storage, just some of these plastic drawers I have mounted in the bottom, utensils and things, and salt and pepper right there in the corner, some pot holders and whatnot, little bowls, measuring cups, so forth, some paper plates up here, a little cutting board. I believe somebody in the family had made that. I won't say for sure, but that's what I was thinking. And just some other things over here. Actually, back here, I have these metal cups, and they are from my grandmother. And I don't actually use those, but I just think they're kind of cool to have here in the camper. Now, unfortunately for my back, but fortunately for my taste buds, I cook a lot in cast iron. So I do have 2 cast iron pots I keep in here. And well, the one's a griddle, the other one's a frying pan, which kind of makes this heavy. And well, and I have a small frying pan here that's cast iron. So it does make this a little bit heavy to lift in and out. This aluminum cook set my parents had when I was a kid, and it's real nice. I inherited that. And this is the cover. So this cover goes over top of the kitchen at night, and a couple other cooking utensils in there. This will actually slide either direction. And then on this side, we have our basin, and this is a dish drainer here, a little dish drainer. I keep the soap and cleaning supplies in there, and roll paper towels, a couple other odds and ends in there. This is the drain hose for the sink. I have a collapsible drain bag that goes into. Take a look around the back of the kitchen here. So here we go. This is now these handles are just to protect this as I slide it in and out, because I don't want this to catch on anything as I slide it in and out of the trailer. This is a pretty modern RV door here, but hey, it works well for getting the gas line in and out. I put a divider in the back This is just a leftover piece from another Apache, and just put this piece of aluminum in here. So I could store the hose for the stove without it going up into the pots and pans area. And I had to use one with a lock on it because the other kind with the little thumb latch, that little thumb latch would stick out, and I was afraid I would catch it on something. So this one has the key. I just pull the key out and throw it in the drawer, and there we are. I do have a level one here because I like my kitchen to be level when I cook. I don't want all my eggs to run to one side of the pan. Okay, and you can see the gas line just hooks right there to the quick connect. Local RV dealer, back when I first built this, I told them what I was doing. They said, oh, we can make you a hose. So they custom made this hose for me, so it'd be the proper length. All right, well, let's take a look at the inside of the trailer now. So inside, you can see we have one bed here on the right hand side, and this is the other bed, and it flips up on end. It just pivots up on end, and then underneath we have storage for our broom. And if you watched the previous video, I said I had a piece of pipe that I would stick down in my freshwater tank. This is it. I have a short hose that connects from here to the water pump inlet, and you can watch the previous video for that. But that just stores right up on there. There's the latch to hold the bunk up so it doesn't fall down. And I'm going to climb up in here now. And I just have two hooks here just to hang some things on. This is a cup holder, flips down. So you can put your beverage in there if you're sitting inside. Towels, I had somebody I knew years ago did work like this on a special sewing machine, and she made me up two of these towels. I just hung up one for show today, but she made me up two bath towels. And I forgot to show you out here in the kitchen, she made up several of these little hand towels, say Apache on them. And the hand towels I had in various colors. I kept the white one with the dark red print. And years ago, if you would have attended an Apache event, I handed out a bunch of those towels to some different folks, and I tried to hand them out based on the color of their Apache, so that if they had an orange one, their hand towel had either an orange hand towel or orange print, and or a green one. I tried to match the green, so I tried to hand them out so that their little hand towel would coordinate with the color of their Apache. So I don't know if anyone still has theirs, but hey, you know, it doesn't matter. We still have this one here. So okay, and let's move the vintage cooler out of the way. This is just some old, I always carry plastic bags with me. You know, you never know when you're going to need a plastic bag. So down here is the radio, and there's a speaker, and there's a receptacle, and this little piece on top, and that's just a little box with, actually, that has extra ropes for the canopy, just in case. So I just have a couple extra ropes in there. The poles for the canopy actually store back behind, so they lay right back in here, right behind here, and go right up to the front, and they travel real nice there. They've traveled there for many years, and I don't even know how many miles. Wish I would have tracked the miles I've towed this. I've never towed it further west than Indiana, or further south than North Carolina, and we're in Pennsylvania. So, but we've been all over Pennsylvania with it, pretty much, and into Maryland, up to New York. So, you know, we've kind of gotten around this area with it pretty good. And these are the headboards. There's two of them. I actually have them stacked together right now, because you can't flip up the bed with it. It just sits in here. It's not really attached. And they've come to be known as the Tombstone headboards, because somebody many years ago said, your headboards look like a tombstone. I didn't see it, but, you know, I get it now. All right. So the right-hand bed also flips up but I'm not going to do that right this minute. This is the shower. I've used it for a shower, but basically I use it for storage now. And to be honest, sometimes it kind of gets in the way, but there's a hole in the floor for the drain, and it does make convenient storage. You just can't get to that storage when the unit's closed. So that's the bad part. I have to keep things in there that I won't need when the unit's closed. A little other storage up here. Underneath this wood panel is the water pump. And then there's a water pump switch right here, which someday I may relocate, but I rarely use the water pump. It was a used one when I put it in. And so it doesn't really bother me too much, but that hasn't been the most handy place for that water pump switch. Should have put it back by the back door. Over here is our electric. That's our converter and our disconnect up there. The main power comes in through the orange there, right in. And then over here we have another stereo speaker and a receptacle, little storage on top of the fender there, a box with my lights for around the awning, and my little heater, and a couple other miscellaneous things back there. I do carry a first aid kit. Let me get back here a little closer. I can show you a little bit better. I got a first aid kit, hangs right there. And this is a toolbox with tools that I would need to do repairs on the trailer. And of course a reflective triangle, heaven forbid should I have a breakdown along the road or something. So that's basically what's under. Oh, I forgot one thing. Hey, look up underneath there. You're gonna see 2 hot dog forks. I mounted them up underneath. They're kind of convenient there. And this is the area where the kitchen slides in. If you remember in the other previous video, I showed you this, and oh, hey, my finger was there. I showed you this, and you know, it's a little difficult here one-handed, but anyhow, this fits between the beds, and this actually has a dual purpose. So, and you guys probably saw my dog in the other video. So on the rare occasion that I would have to let the dog in here, this actually has 2 brackets, and I can clip this on the back here, so that I can keep the dog in here. And it's just enough so that the dog won't try to come out the back. And it's very rare, but when you have to run to the bathhouse and you're camping alone, I don't like to let my dog tied out. So in an instance like that, I do put the dog inside, put that across, and it has worked so far. So as you can see, when I spec'd this canvas from Bear Creek, I spec'd it with lots of windows and screens because I like ventilation. So you can see great ventilation in here all the way around. I mean, it keeps it real nice. And anyhow, I think that's going to be all for right now. And thank you for watching. I think between the last video, this video, and the first video that I'd put together several years ago showing some of the construction of it, I think I've pretty much covered most of the features and the build. And yeah, so a lot of the trailer was made out of leftover parts from other Apaches or other trailers. And you know, I've just had a great time with this. It's been a lot of fun. It is by far my favorite camper. I can't even begin to count the number of Apaches that I've had. I'm gonna guess 8 to 10, plus other travel trailers, a fifth wheel, some other ones. But by far, you know, it may not be fancy, but this is my favorite. And so anyhow, thanks for watching.